October 15th, it's a Wednesday. I'm in Norwich, Connecticut. I'm at the Shell gas station in Norwich Town on West Town Street. And I'm going to try to gather some more footage today of the foliage in the Norwich area. All right, let me get my bearings here. Okay. We have a beautiful sky. It's a mix of clouds and blue sky and gray clouds, white clouds. It's absolutely gorgeous. I am hoping that it stays on the side of cloudy, overcast. That's better for overall video recording, and it's also better for viewing foliage, according to what the experts tell me. So we're waiting for this red light to turn green, then we're going to take off. And there we go. So I covered quite a decent chunk of Norwich yesterday with another foliage, capturing situation. So right now let me grab some of these there's a neighborhood up here that may have some beautiful trees. This is right now Huntington Lane blends into Plain Hill Road. So you can see on the right hand side there's some beautiful colors. But there's a neighborhood, I've covered it before, but not lately. Royal Oaks area. It's been a while, let's put it that way. So it's not a large area, but I'm going to cover that because there's a lot of beautiful trees, I think. I mean, there are, but hopefully their colors are nice. One thing, oak trees tend not to have the greatest color. They just kind of dry up and, get maybe brown, or I don't know, but okay, I'm looking for a turn. There it is. So what are we doing here? We're turning up Bog Meadow Road right here. So this is a very nice neighborhood, and it is kind of, it's like you're out in the country, but half a mile down the road, and you're surrounded by shopping and gas stations and hospitals and schools, and so very conveniently located. Now this is a dead end down here. Let me take a ride down. Hopefully this is but I mean, there's pretty good color down here. There's a large variety of different trees down here. Now if I kept going straight, I mean, I can't, but if I could drive through the woods, like take a slight right, I would hit Boggy Meadows Reservoir. Now wait a minute here. Beautiful tree to the right. Okay, this, I don't know. This could be private. Yeah, this is private residences, so I'm going to turn around. But if I kept going down this driveway, and I got to be real careful turning around here. There's big stones, a big rock in that guy's near his driveway, so I want to maneuver my way out of here safely. Okay. I mean, beautiful stone walls, New England. This is some really nice houses down. I haven't been down, this is being a dead end. I haven't been down here in a while. Wow, there's actually somebody else coming down the road here. What are the odds of that? Timing-wise, it's pretty rare for that to happen. Okay, let's see. Let's go on to Royal Oaks Drive right Here's Royal Oaks Drive. And yeah, there's a good view from up here too, because we're way up on a hill. Okay, let's get down Tanglewood Drive. And I'm going to turn left. Let's see, what does that do for me? Okay, that's Royal Oaks Drive again. So Royal Oaks kind of goes around. Some very unique houses up here. I mean, there's a lot of traditional, mostly traditional home styles, but there's a few that are very, one of a kind, very interesting. One of them has like a round, you walk in the house and it's a giant oval that goes all the way up to the ceiling, and there's a round staircase. Okay, let's take a ride down Grandview Court. And this is a very short road with a beautiful turnaround. All right. So this foliage, fall color opportunities all over the place. There's a house way up on that hill there. Whoa. That stop sign kind of comes up on you quick. All right, there's one more. I got to work my way down the end of Tanglewood. There's a cul-de-sac down there, or, what is cul-de-sac? I mean, I use the term, it sounds French. I got to look that up. Gentleman back there walking his dog. Okay, so this hill right here, you'd have a real good view. I mean, the trees are blocking the view somewhat. All right, here is that. Okay, Tanglewood Drive continues down. And there's the turnaround. And there's the mail person. All right, so let's see here. Let me pass this vehicle. I'll take a left onto Bogdansky Lane. Right here. This is Bogdansky Lane. Okay, now I gotta figure out. I'm thinking, I don't want to retrace my steps yesterday. I did Mohegan Park. I did a lot of, Norwich Town, Scotland Road, K Street, Mediterranean Avenue. That's hardcore foliage. Again, this year might not be the greatest because of the drought. We had a couple of extended periods of drought. Okay, Huntington Avenue. I was on Plain Hill Road. Huntington Avenue begins back there a little bit. I might have said Huntington Lane earlier, but it's actually Huntington Avenue. As I work my way up, and I gotta wait for traffic. This is a place that can be tricky to get out of at times. But I think I'm gonna go over towards Cherry Hill It's a similar neighborhood to Royal Oaks. There's an incredible amount of traffic coming. The I-90 or 395, there's an exit there. And all right, I'm hearing, I gotta wait for this fire truck. It's some pretty serious, we'll catch this guy going by. Something's going on. Yannick Fire Department. I would love to be able to get out now. Okay. And there to the right is the Shell gas station that we started at. So let me think here. All right, I'm going to do, I covered Contraband. I've covered all these streets in the past, but, for Foliage, okay, I'm going to go straight. I want to work my way over to the Cherry Hill area. Okay, I got something in mind here. But I'm on West Town Street at the moment. Very windy today. You can see those flags to the right. Incredibly breezy. All right, so let's work our way over to, let's take a ride down Shoals Avenue. Right directly in front of us. I mean, we're getting some serious colors. I mean, be careful coming around this corner. There's a hedge there that is a little bit tricky to see around, but some of the trees are bare down here. All the leaves have fallen off. So that drought, it did affect the way that things are presenting themselves. Let me take a quick breeze through this. Wow, there's one of those Teslas to the right, those trucks. I'm just breezing through this. I've covered this, actually. I got a video on this mall. This used to be a grocery store, and quite a history here. For Norwich, long-time Norwich residents or folks that have lived here in the past. Straight ahead through those trees, Yannick River. Like literally, I could walk right down there. It's 3 feet in front of me. So right there, there's a variety of different stores there now, but in the years past, there were, I don't know if Big Y was, I forget the name of the store. Grocery store, but it was the best. I mean, they treated you like gold. It was old-fashioned. You walk in, the guy's like, what can I help you with? What do you need? Where do you need to, I'll escort you to whatever you're looking for and this type of thing. Obviously, those days are gone. But at the time, it was, in my humble opinion, as we cross the Yannick River over this new bridge, the best grocery store in Norwich. I'm going to briefly get on Contraband. Oh, wait a minute, I got to turn right at Contraband Avenue, go over these train tracks. All right. right, let's do some foliage. McClellan Avenue. Historic home right there. Don't know the year it was built, but it's been around for a while. All right, McClellan Avenue. There's a lot of, again, wide variety of different trees. This is the best we can. This is reality right here. Under a perfect New England fall or autumn, the foliage would be dramatically better if we had gotten an appropriate amount of rain. There's some beautiful stuff right directly in front of us. To the left, that tree right there. But we didn't, so we have to accept what we're getting. But like right here, that's looking really good. Now, this is a moist area. There's a pond there. It's a kind of a marshy area. This is like peak beautiful foliage right here. Right to the left, right, dead center. I'm cruising extremely slowly down this road. This is the money shot right here for foliage, for autumn colors. Wow, somebody put up a Halloween like skeleton to the right there. I don't know if you can make it out. Right in the middle of the woods. But look at that. Okay, that's impressive right there to the naked eye. Okay, there's a lot of Halloween stuff up here. That's impressive to the naked eye. Hopefully it the transfer to video does it justice. Wow, whoever decorated went all out. There's a beautiful barn to the right there. All right, Cranberry Pond Road. I'm going to get over to the Cherry Hill area. Or at least when I was a kid. I mean, one of the roads is Cherry Hill Road. And when I was a kid, homes were being built there. Very prominent people that lived in Norwich were building homes on Cherry Hill. Designated Cherry Hill has many roads. We'll go down a lot of the roads looking at foliage, but people would say, so-and-so lives on Cherry Hill. Everybody's like, wow, they're incredibly wealthy if they live there. Okay, that's 60s, 70s. Ford's Pond is right there. We'll try to get a glance at that. It's not a pond. It was flooded every year for kids to skate. But this is Cranberry Pond Road. We're getting some nice colors. Okay, I'm going to take a right. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, this is another densely overgrown, trees, and there's areas in Norwich where this is, again, it has a country feel to it. I'm out in the middle of, the backwoods, but I'm really not. Beautiful New England curvy roads. This is Dudley Street. So we're going to cruise up Dudley Street. We're heading to see what kind of foliage situation resides up at the Cherry Hill neighborhood. Speed limit here is 25 miles per hour, so that's good. A windy, curvy road like this makes perfect sense. I mean, I was on roads yesterday that had a 15 mile per hour speed limit. That's tough to do. It's easier to drive 80 than it is 15 because, you really are crawling at 15. Some beautiful, picturesque New England home to my left over there. All right. There's a farm, I believe, down here. Right there to the right. Looks to be a farm. I think there's... Yeah, I mean, I see... I don't know if it's tractor equipment. It's hard to... It looks like a farm. Corn... They may have harvested the corn, so that's... Okay, let's take a quick drive through Montessori School building. This is a building that is now a school, special, like a... I don't know if they're, advanced students, or I don't know the philosophy of Montessori School, like a private school or whatever. To be honest with you, I know absolutely nothing about it. If you do, let me know. I can't fake it. Now, there's a decent scene in the distance. You get the beautiful sky. You have the multiple colors, especially to the right there, of the fall. Again, this is as good as we can get. I just kind of wish that we got a little more rain. It would be spectacular right now. Nothing we can do about it. We got to accept what we're encountering here. So I'm on Gifford Street. I am slow rolling my way over to Cherry Hill. Bellawender Drive over there to my left. That's kind of a historic house to the right there. I mean, it's been sided and all that. It's an old I don't know the date that it was built, but it's been around. Okay, so there's beautiful colors left and right. Again, is the camera doing it justice? I hope so. I'm going to turn right onto Stony Ridge Road. This puts me in the this is what is designated as Cherry Hill, this whole area. Now, when I was a kid, I don't think this section existed right here. This particular this is a newer, I mean, it's not brand new by any stretch of the imagination, but it's the newer area, the newer section. Let me try to cover... I mean, there are some very, very impressive homes around here. I mean, some of them are just, jaw-dropping. And there's some nice foliage. I kind of want to... All right, let me get on Weber Farm Road right here. So, I mean, the sun, we got a mix of sun and clouds. I prefer completely overcast, but I think it is going to clear up. Beautiful colors to the left. I got the place to myself. Apparently it's garbage pickup day. Okay, there's to the right. This is panning out. To be offering quite beautiful colors, so I'll take it. But again, this is the newer section. It's not, I mean, a lot of these houses are probably built 30 years ago, as opposed to 50 years ago or 60 years ago. You'll see in the other area that we cover. A lot of nice colors around here. A lot of cool, unique, modern-looking houses. I mean, the variety. There's a wide variety of styles. What I'd like to do is turn around down here, because there's coming out of the Weber Farm Road in the opposite direction. There's some really nice house, like that house right there in front of us. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to try to make a turn. Let's see if I can pull this off in one good. In one fell swoop. So now we can get a look at colors on Weber Farm Road and going in the opposite direction. And when I come out of here, I want to point out a particular house that I've always admired. A house that I've always admired. I mean, it's you let me know what you think. Maybe it's a little. I mean, it's obviously not a conventional house. Let's put it that way. It's not your run-of-the-mill, average, little home on some nice street. It's an exceptional house. If I get lucky enough to point this camera at it, maybe not. See, I gotta go left. I don't know if I can swing this. Now, there's some nice looking colors in front of us. Keep your fingers crossed, folks. I want to get a look at this home that I'm referencing here with all my talk. Okay, see those arborvitaes real tall. Okay, in order for me to get a look at this house, I'm going to have to back up in this person's driveway. Which, do I want to do that? There's nobody behind me. We go above and beyond when we do these videos. Right there. I hope you can see it. It's a stone. That house was not originally, I could be mistaken, it was not originally a stone home. That was done later. That was done years later. I think. I mean, if my memory serves me. I mean, sometimes we make mistakes. Our memories aren't perfect. Mine certainly isn't. Okay, so back on Stony Ridge Road, let's continue on here. You see all the signs. There's an election coming up in Norwich for mayor and city council, board of education, all that stuff. As we make the rounds at the Cherry Hill area in Norwich, Connecticut, looking for a variety of colors, a variety of fall colors. I mean, there's beautiful walls to my right, very beautiful home up there. Most of the houses on Cherry Hill are, I would say, built in the, I don't know about the 50s, 60s, 70s, maybe late 50s possibly. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, right up to, there's probably some brand new ones slipped in here and there. It's 1:58 p.m. All right, now, that was Meadow Lane. This is Delwood Road. So yeah, there's some nice, I think our timing is okay up here. I think our timing is pretty good for the foliage situation. I'm going to keep going up Delwood. Follow this thing all the way up. There's a lot of debris in the road from the wind. Yeah, there's some good colors. Okay, so, sometimes my instincts are correct. My instincts were that there would be some decent fall colors up here. And there are other times when my instincts are 100% dead wrong. And that happens all the time. Cherry Hill Road is to my left. We'll cover that. This is Sherwood Lane right now. Boxwood Lane is to my left. As we absorb mid-October colors in Norwich, Connecticut. I've been in some of these homes years ago, not recently. And they're quite, the ones that I were in, handful were particularly beautiful. Okay, so this, let me turn on to, this is probably going to be Boxwood. All right, let's go up Boxwood Lane and grab some of that coloration to the right there. You get the backlit leaves, which is always beautiful. Again, there's limitations on what these cameras can do. But I am shooting in super high resolution, so let's see, that should definitely help the situation dramatically. I mean, the standards for good-looking video these days are... things are absolutely phenomenal. You can take an iPhone and shoot video that 30 years ago would have been impossible. Okay, this is Cherry Hill Road right here. Cherry Hill Road. But yeah, I mean, you could take an iPhone and shoot video that 30 years ago would have been literally impossible. Super high definition. I mean, it's insane, So I'm not complaining, but there are limitations with these cameras with regard to certain technical aspects. So let me see here. Cherry Hill. Okay, there's a stop sign. Now, Sherwood Lane. Let me get... I don't want to backtrack. Whoa, that looks pretty nice up there. Okay, some of those backlit yellow. I'll turn around. I'll go up here and then I'll turn around. Yeah, right straight in front of us. I don't want to miss that. For color. All right, dogwood. I went down here earlier. I don't see any cars in front of me, behind me. I'm going to turn around. So I covered this already. Let's roll down this way. Yeah, some of the trees directly ahead have shed all their leaves. Right there to the left. Okay, so this is going to put us out of Cherry Hill once I get to the end of this road, if I'm not mistaken. Again, really cool houses up here. Okay, back down to Gifford Street. Okay, now. All right, to the left, beautiful trees to the left there. I mean, I'm stating the obvious to me. This is what I see. Will the camera do it justice? I don't know. To the left of me, if I parked here and literally got out of the vehicle, right here, let's say, well, right about here, where that young lady is walking the dog, parked right here and walked left, you can't see it, that would be Ford's Pond, the former Ford's. It's not former. It was a temporary pond that, I don't know, the city of Norwich filled the pond with water, very shallow water, and it froze in the winter, and kids went skating. It was packed to the rafters. It was jam-packed with kids and adults and everybody skating. I mean, back in them days, skating was a huge activity in the winter. So we're behind, what is in there? The former Staples, and I don't know what's in there now. Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is Old Salem Road. And it's getting real bright, so that sun is, the clouds are, that overcast sky that I love so much is definitely lifting. It's exiting the premises. So let me think here. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna try to get up to more foliage. So I'm gonna go past Walmart. As soon as I get this, actually I can go right on red. There's too many cars coming, it's not worth it. Well, there's nobody coming now, so let's go for it. Alright, off Old Salem. Okay, wait a minute. Let me take this road. Wawecus Hill Road. We should be able to get some pretty cool looking foliage right off the bat, right to the right hand side there. So we're above. To the left would be, now it's all different stores. In the old days it was Barker's. If you go back that far, Ames Plaza. Ames was there, but back in my day, Barker's. What do we have back then? Barker's, Grant's. I mean, Caldor's came a little later. Zare's, Mr. Big, or Mr. Biggs, whatever. All right, Norwich, there's a church up here. I should take a drive up here because we might be able to get a good view coming down this hill, I think. What is this? Let me read it. The Norwich Alliance Church and the Norwich Chinese Christian Church and the Wildwood Christian School. So there's a sign back there for, wow, there was a church, but to the right there's a large building, so maybe that's that school I mentioned. Okay, this car is up here, so there's something going on. But I'm going to just basically turn around up here. And hopefully there's some good foliage right there, that line of trees. But yeah, there's an enormous building. What is that? I don't know what it is. Some kind of school. There's a nice, the church steeple and all that. So coming down this hill, I don't know, we're in an elevated position, obviously, so maybe some beautiful oak trees straight ahead. I mean, it looks like a charter oak tree. Okay. Yeah, the buildings you can see right down there. It used to be Barker's. I'm dating myself, obviously, but that's my little stomping grounds. You go up to Barker's, you buy your fishing equipment, and you look at the lures and I don't know, fishing reels, fishing poles, line, you know, whatever you needed. Wawecus Hill Road. Let's take a cruise up here. We're going to go over 395, that bridge right there in front of us. It's 2:10 p.m. Decent amount of traffic down there. And I'm cruising at a very slow speed just to try to absorb what we can at a more comfortable pace. If I drive too fast, it's just not going to work out. I like what I see directly ahead. Beautiful colors right there. Boom. There we go. Now that guy's driving too fast. You see that guy right there? That's... come on. That's incredibly dangerous. I mean, completely and utterly unacceptable. I'm going to take a right onto Lost Acres Road. It's a dead end. This is a more modern neighborhood. This hasn't been here, you know, maybe 10, 20 years, whatever. Hopefully it's an easy turnaround at the end of this thing. There's a home for sale up here. A Dutch colonial. Yeah, they have a beautiful area to turn around completely, comfortably. As we look at some foliage, I'm seeing a million different colors over here. I hope you can absorb some of that, some of those nice visuals. So if anybody's looking to buy a house, there's a Dutch colonial up on Lost Acres for sale right now. Nobody can ever accuse me of not covering Lost Acres. I've done it. Beautiful colors directly in front of me. I mean, I keep saying it over and over. I hope the camera's doing it some justice. You're never going to match the naked eye. It's impossible. But this is all we can do. We got the technology. We're putting it to use. All right, there's another road up here. What's the name of this thing? Dead End. Emerald Lane. Now, this is new. You know, I think I've driven up here before with, I think I have video. I mean, I got so many videos. At some point in my later years, like, I don't know, when I'm no longer able to drive, perhaps, I'm going to go through each video and time stamp them, which will take me probably a year. All right, this is brand new construction all over the place. When I say newer neighborhood, I mean like brand new. This isn't even registering on my GPS, okay? So it's very nice homes, very beautiful, brand new construction, impressive. What we're doing is to grab autumn coloration, fall, and, you know, the foliage that it produces in this portion of Norwich, Connecticut. Beautiful scene directly ahead, incredible colors right there. beautiful colors on the right-hand side. So yeah, good move. My instincts today are paying off. All right, now let me see here. What is this? Okay, this is North Wawecus Hill. Oh, wow, cool barn directly in front of us. Oof, that's nice. That is a legendary. Oh man, I got some guy right on my tail. Well, at some point I'm going to pull over because I'm just going to let him go. Why am I doing that? I'm doing it because I don't want to be driving around with somebody directly on my bumper for no reason whatsoever as I drive down looking at beautiful foliage. Like directly in front of us. North Wawecus Hill Road. There's a neighborhood watch up here, as that sign back there indicates. New home being built to my left. Let me look at this thing. It's absolutely massive. Okay, that's a serious house back there. You guys can't see it, but man, I mean, we're talking, I'll take an estimate, 7,000 square feet, okay? 6,500, 7,000 square feet, somewhere in that range. It's, you know, mostly complete, but you can tell it's still being worked on. Definitely some, you know, when it comes to square footage, as I look to my left back there, you're talking a bunch of houses. I'd say the last 4 or 5 houses I passed are in the 4,000 to 5,000 square foot range. Again, some beautiful clouds in the sky, so if this camera does everything that I hope it's doing, and you know, unless I messed up the settings or something, which, you know, 1 out of every 100 videos something goes wrong. I mean, I got it down to a science now as far as, you know, my technique. The only thing that's limiting me is the technology, you know, gets better probably every year, but I would say, you know, if you wait 5 years between cameras, 8 years, then you're getting a significant leap in technology. A lot of nice colors here. Brand new home to my right. It is for sale. I mean, it appears to be brand new. New construction. But the only thing that limits me is technology. And I'm not, again, these videos are crystal clear. They wouldn't be available. I mean, if I discovered a cache, I've said this before, if I ever discovered a cache of videos or somebody in the, I would say 1971 to 1970 to maybe 1979. Let's just do the entire 70s, 1970 to 79. And there was somebody back in them days that drove all over the place, which is impossible. Okay, I'm going to get on Rogers Road. I'm going to take a left, which would be virtually impossible because they would have to be shooting film, and they would have a film camera on the front of their car, and it wouldn't adjust for, it's not an auto-exposing device. It would just be a set exposure. So you couldn't do what I'm doing now. It would be virtually, not impossible, extremely difficult. Big solar panel field to my left. I love solar, 100%. Best thing going in windmills. I'm a huge proponent. Anyways, if I fell upon, okay, there's the city of Norwich, known as a city dump back there to the right. Beautiful foliage right here on Rogers Road. But, as I was saying, if I miraculously came across somebody with, 800 videos of all the roads and every conceivable thing back in this, from 70, the decade, 70 to 79, covered everything, all my old stomping grounds, how it looked back then, the cars, the buildings, things that are not there anymore, knocked down, demolished, the styles, the people, the whatever, just driving around. I mean, I would be spending a lot of time watching that stuff. So hopefully I'm providing that for future generations here. I mean, I am, technically. There's a beautiful New England barn or, outbuilding right there. Very, very beautiful. There's an old car. I mean, this is just a great area. Rogers Road. I'm not 100% sure. I may have to turn around at some point because this could bring me out to, I don't know, Salem or Basra maybe. I think it could be Basra. So at some point I'm going to turn around up here. I'll work my way back and we'll conclude the video at some point. I've covered a decent amount of territory. I'm not sure how long I've been out, but started off at a gas station, so unless I run into some other, wow, some kind of a family gathering or something going on over there to my left. I'm gonna be careful. There's a massive truck. This road is narrow. Let me continue on a little bit. Okay, I'm coming up. Yeah, this is fine. It's going to get me out of. This is going to get me out of this area. As a matter of fact, yeah, there'll be some great views up here. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Whoa. All right. Spectacular view. There's a farm. What does it say for sale? Boy, do I want to go in there. I feel like pulling in there, but then I'll have to back out. It's going to be difficult. It's not my property, but it would be a good view. I can't do it. I'd like to do it. Let me take a left. Let's get some views. I mean, right there, I'd love to pull in there, but then I have to back. It's just going to be too tough to see. Backing out, it'll be too dangerous. It's not worth it. All right, I'll go down the end of this. This is Wawecus Hill Road again. And beautiful clouds, beautiful colors to the right and left. I mean, this is a wide lens, so it's off in the distance. I like what I'm seeing. Right here to the naked eye, what I'm seeing is impressive. Despite the drought conditions. Now, it could be, wow, this is beautiful. This little strip right here. I hope you guys are getting the effect here. But I want to turn around. Okay, what is that? Fresh eggs for sale, right to the left. All right, this is a stop sign. I'm going to have to make a really tricky turn, I think, because these roads are narrow. Well, it kind of widens out a bit. But okay, so let's see. Nobody coming either way. I think I can pull this off no problem. Good. All right. Let's go back up to the top of Wawecus Hill Road. as we wind down. I mean, I'm not done. I got some territory to cover, but we're in the last phase of this video. This foliage-centric video. And I'm cruising slow, but I see a couple of cars behind me moving at a very high rate of speed for reasons that mystify me. I don't know what the deal is. Like, I'm just immediately pulling over. These guys are just, it's absurd. I don't know what the problem is or what's the hurry. I'm sure it's not an emergency. Odds of it being an emergency are very, very, look, they're disappearing, okay? So, whatever. Just not my style. Speeding on these back roads is not my style. It's too dangerous. And we miss the, I mean, these guys are missing the ambiance, the natural vibe that this beautiful farmland to the left is emanating, this vibe that's just a beautiful feeling. I mean, I'd love to be able to pull into some of these private residence driveways. Like, to my left, there's a barn. It's collapsing. It's just such a incredible scene. I can't do it. It's private property, but I'd like to do it, but I can't. There's an incredible view. I mean, to my left, there's got to be a way for me to point over there. All right, what is this? This is a... All right, let me go down this... Right? Let me see if I can point over. I mean, I don't want to take too many chances here. Yeah, I'm going to turn around, but I just can't. There's no area for me to really point the car. If I was walking around, I'd just walk right over and do it. So I'm going to turn around. This is Gauger Road. Very beautiful scenic road in Norwich, Connecticut. Incredible foliage to the left and to the right. I'm going to turn around up here if possible. It's a private residence. Let me see. Let me go up a little. I see a nice wall up here. I'm a sucker for a beautiful, right there to the left, that wall. Maybe I can turn around. Pay homage to that beautiful wall. I can. This is obviously a private residence up there. It's a gated home. There's an electronic punch, like a digital unit that you punch in numbers or whatever. But we'll head back up Gauger Road. I mean, we're literally a mile from, a mile and a half or whatever from city life, but we're out in the country. I mean, farmland, acres and hundreds of acres of beautiful farmland to my right. I mean, oh, good, I gotta get that sky. There's gotta be a way for me to... point this camera. I just don't see it. Maybe if I back into this person's driveway. I know it's probably uncouth of me to do this, but there's a glance. I don't know if this camera can... There's a tree in front. Whatever, I'm doing the best I can. But there's no... I just can't seem to find an area to point. Maybe if I go down here and turn around in somebody's driveway really quickly. I just don't see it. I'll turn around here, but I'm going to have to make it quick. You can freeze the frame. There's that collapsed barn and, you know, real New England style, cool older home with a American flag, and it's just, I don't know, there's something about that. It's very photogenic. It's 2:31 p.m. Whoa, that sky to my left. No way for me to really grab a panoramic scene. I mean, hopefully I caught some of it back there. But we're way up, you know, this is Browning Road right now. Let me take a quick spin down High Meadow Lane. Yeah, there's some beautiful homes up here. High Meadow Lane. As well as beautiful foliage. All underground wiring. I like that. Beautiful backlit trees. As the sky is a little bit more, you know, the light is a little bit more diffuse. The sun is trying to fight its way out behind those big, beautiful clouds. So I'm back on Browning Road. And 2:33 p.m. I'm going to go back to where I started the video. I started this video at Shell gas station. So in order for me to do a full, you know, round trip, I'm going to have to work my way back to that Shell gas station. All right, let me cover this. It's another cool street up here, Michelle Drive. I once went to a party up in one of the homes on Michelle Drive. It was a great party. You know, it was nothing wild. I mean, it wasn't any... This was a daytime gathering, let's put it that way. This wasn't some, you know, off-the-chain rave or anything like that. It was a very beautiful gathering of very nice, friendly people. hosted by a incredibly nice woman. But that occurred on this particular street right here. All right, Michelle Drive covered. Time to head back. I'm going to get back on Browning Road, and we're going to get back to that Shell gas station. We'll shut down the video. Got to be careful. It's a hidden drive down here. You guys are putting a new roof on a house back there on Browning Road. Okay, stop sign. What do I do now? Let's go right. That feels accurate. Okay, this is still Browning. Whoa. School bus must let the kids off. Bunch of kids. Everybody's got backpacks. When I was a kid, backpacks weren't a thing. We just literally carried our books. Got a big pile of books, you carry them around. And you had to carry them a certain way in order to be cool. If you didn't carry them on the side and you carried them in front of you, that was just not acceptable to the cool people. I'm talking, 1973 or 2 or whatever, somewhere back there. So Browning Road continues. I think it's, I could be wrong, but I think Browning Road, beautiful colors to the left back there. Yeah, I'm on an area of Browning Road right now. It's, referred to by a lot of people as Snake Hill Road, and you'll see why. I'm descending at a really significant degree, and you can see how it snakes around like this. And then when you snake around in the other direction like this. It's like going through a tunnel of trees, a canopy, beautiful coloration. But technically, that's not Snake Hill Road. It's technically Browning Road. But if somebody says, hey, Snake Hill Road was brutal yesterday after that snowstorm, everybody knows. From Norwich, they know what they're talking about. All right, now I got to keep my eyes peeled because to the right of me, cars can come flying over there. All right, so we're off Browning. We're on Wawecus Street right now, and the Little League field is to my right. So we're back. There's doctor's offices on the left over here, Wawecus Medical Center, and the veterinarian is going to be over here to my right-hand side. Otrabando Avenue. I'm going to cross Otrabando. So we're heading right to Shell. So we're coming to a close. We're going to pass under this little train bridge. Train tracks right above us. Beautiful red trees to my right back there. Take a cruise over the Yannick River right here. We're above the Yannick. I'm actually going to pull into Shell. Let's see if I can get exactly where I was. This would be... Yeah, I think I can. I'm going to get exactly where I was. And and then end this thing. This video is over.